What's up, everyone? Champions back again for another UFC predictions video. This time for UFC 329. Max Holloway versus Conor McGregor. The return of the Notorious. Very excited for this card. A lot of fun fights. Some bets I like as well, so we'll absolutely get into all those. But first, as always, we will go into what happened last time. I want to go through these really quickly because I know you guys want to hear the predictions and stuff like that. So, and the bets more so than anything. So I'm a betting guy. How we did last time. Real quickly, I mean, there were some really bad bets in here. I'll tell you what. I will fully admit those. Let's see here. Just trying to go in order. Donchenko, I think, is the first one. Daniil Donchenko in a parlay. It was like a nasty parlay, but his part came through. Donchenko worked this guy that came in on short notice, Theodore. Not really much to say. I think Theodore's all right. He held his own pretty well, but Donchenko, too much pressure on a guy who's come in on short notice, not enough gas tank, etc. Or actually, no, Matsumoto was the first one. I had a small bet on Matsumoto plus 3.5 because I thought minus 295 was surprisingly kind of off. And good thing he got that decision because it would have not have gone through. I think that fight was really close. I know a lot of people say Bexot won is Round 1 definitely Bexot because he dropped him. Rounds 2 and 3, I think there's an argument for Matsumoto for both of those, but whatevs. I'm not super crazy about it. It was a close fight, and I expected it to be a close fight. Matsumoto gets the job done. Really close margins, I will say that for both guys. What else did I have a bet on? Oleg Seychuk versus Magomedov. I just had a 2-3 KO bet on Oleg Seychuk, then come through. Magomedov looked incredible. Man, I shouldn't say incredible. He looked good. The finish sequence was amazing. Like the elbow leads into I think it was a guillotine. Beautifully done by Abus Magomedov. Just wonderfully done. You can't get much better than that. Pulayev versus Rusaboyev. I had Pulayev decision only on a small bet on Pulayev to win. Both were small bets. Obviously, the decision only came back to me because there's a finish, and Pulayev didn't come through. He got grappled. What's there to say? I thought on the feet it would be pretty clear Pulayev, and I mean there really wasn't too much on the feet. I was saying it would be clear Pulayev after round 1. That ended round 1, so yeah, it is what it is. Pulayev got grappled. Fair play to Rusaboyev. Still don't think he's that great. Next fight I had a bet on is Eric Nolan, Hasanov. The read was there. I was I think Nolan can beat this guy on the feet pretty badly and gas tank wise. And that was right. But I mean, shout out to Hasanov, the gas tank he has to be able to stay in that fight as he did. It was very, very impressive. So no shame. I have no shame in the bet itself. But Nolan wasn't able to come through. So hey, it is what it is. What else? Fight goes to decision. Julius Walker-Yakayev. That's a hilarious way to lose that one. One of the fastest KOs in UFC history. Just gets nuked. Yeah, I mean, I was I think Walker's kind of tough, and he just gets KO like that. It is what it is. I had a small bet on that. I'm not too mad at that. Really, the worst bet I have on here is Nazim Sadikov. I mean, actually, no. I mean, yes, it is the worst bet. I'm just saying, that's not the order, but I'll talk about Nazim right now. This was definitely the worst bet of the night, where I knew going in, it's Nazim, he's not trustworthy with rounds and stuff like that. Yeah. That alone should have stopped me from putting as much as I did on him. And if I didn't put anything on him, it would have been a pretty good night, but hey, it is what it is. And then he gets flatlined by Camilo. That's a red flag, if you ask me. I was thinking maybe Camilo can get some grappling done early. I really did think that was a possibility, and Nazim would really get hammer him as the fight goes on. It just gets nuked, and it's I hated watching Nazim say it was an early stoppage. When it's dude, you're not defending in a way that's going to get the ref to let you stay in it. It was very annoying. I didn't like seeing that from Nazim. Sucks to see. Next fight, I had a bet on Asu Amabayev versus Charles Johnson. This was a great bet. Asu absolutely worked Charles Johnson bad, and he looked fantastic. Career best performance, in my opinion. I think part of it is Charles Johnson's not the same guy, sadly. But I'm not gonna take that away from Asu. He looked incredible. And the last fight I bet on, no, 2 fights. Shar Magomedov versus Michel Pereira. I live bet this fight pretty heavily after seeing Shar get knocked down round 1. Is like, oh my god, there's no way he got dropped round 1. Did I see Michel like keeping him alive? And I was like, oh my god, this dude's gonna fumble this. He's 100% gonna fumble this. This is the most Michel Pereira thing ever, and that's exactly what he did. Because it's Michel Pereira. Yeah, Charles gets a job done. I'm not too interested in betting Charles too much going forward, but it was against Michel Pereira. I'm not even that mad at even betting at minus 325, even with the knockdown. So probably not actually like a really good bet, but I mean, it freaking came through. The live bet was way better, but obviously can't track live bets here. And then Rafael Fiziev against Manuel Torres in the main event. Bet to make 2 units, and he came freaking through. He looked so damn good. And I have to give some respect to Manuel Torres because that's the best I've ever seen him. He looked really good. Like, I was so impressed with some of the kicks he was throwing. Like, oh my god, that front kick. Oh my goodness, that was nice. I was very impressed because I thought Manuel Torres made some like pretty good improvements. Ends up getting caught. He's a little too wild for his own good, and as a result, he's able to get caught. And because of that, he was able to capitalize and get the finish. So, hey, shout out to Fiziev. I'll take the profit on the night. Not the most profit, but profit is profit. I'll take profit over losing. So, yep, that is that in terms of picks on that card. Let's go through them on Tapology really quickly. By the way, I think I made some changes to my picks on the card by accident. Like I didn't realize like what I was doing when I was like looking at my picks. Like, oh, you changed the changes. I don't know what I was doing. So apologies if they're different from the video I did. It's only the methods are different. Obviously, the people I picked to win and stuff like that are the same. So I just wanted to say that. All right. 7-13. So I did okay. Abdulayev, Nascimento, terrible fight. Apparently Abdulayev freaking bit this guy's ear, but nothing was done with it. If people are complaining about Herb Dean or whatever, with like the everything going on, but not talking about this, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But like Nascimento kind of slowed down, like couldn't really do much on his back in round 3, and it's like the weight difference is definitely taking a toll. Talking about this fight. Kind of hopefully Javier Reyes. I was right to stay away from this fight, and I was right to say submission only Con Ofli. I shouted that out. I didn't actually bet it. I wish I bet it. That was such a great call because I was like, Con Ofli, there's an advantage he has in the fight. It's on the ground. I was wrong. He has an advantage on the feet too because Reyes is just, I mean, I might say this, like this Reyes guy is not good. It's just, he's got hardware. He's like Diego Lopez of the meme god, just not as good grappling. I guess not as good chin either. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he got nuked, but Reyes is freaking huge. So yeah, I wasn't any sort of confident in Reyes at all. Obviously I had no bet on him. Talked about this fight, talked about this one. Ikram Aliskerov, Bruno Ferreira. I thought both guys looked terrible in this fight. I think both these guys are fades in the future, especially Ikram at fighting the higher comp. I think he's not good, to be honest. I hated him doing the flying knee. Round 1, the flying knee was good. It looked good. Then he did it again in round 2 and like twice in round 2. And it's like both look terrible. And it's like you can get punished with that with way better guys than Bruno. It's Bruno. I get it though. Ikram is not it in my opinion. So yeah, not impressed at all from that performance. Talked about that one, talked about that one, talked about that one, and talked about that one. Let's talk about UFC 329. I want to say this first also. The Fareed Basharat fight, he's supposed to get another fight on this card. I'm doing this before that fight gets made, so I have no idea what's happening with who he's getting or anything like that. I'm assuming they're going to give Fareed a nice matchup than Ethan Ewing, and I'm assuming he's going to be winning. So I'm just going to say that right now. But obviously, in the comments, I'll make some kind of prediction or something like that when that gets made. So, I mean, that's kind of why I've been like waiting. It's like I saw that fight went off. I was like, oh, shoot. I don't know. So, but I was like, I want to get this done now. So, we get into it. So, yeah, I'm assuming Fareed's going to win. On that Fareed versus Ethan Ewing fight, I would have went with Ewing. I think Ewing would have been able to get him out of there with like body shots and stuff like that. But alas, yeah, Fareed's still a really good fighter. And he probably gets it done versus probably whoever it is on short notice they bring in, unless it's like some really established guy who's like really good. But you'll know. And I'll put it in the comments when it gets made, if it gets a fight made. Cody Durden versus Alessandro Costa. Bro, I picked Matt Schnell to beat this guy. I'm going Cody Durden. I do not care. This guy Costa is not it, bro. I'm serious. He's not it. It's dog or pass 100%. There's no way you can be laying juice on Alessandro Costa. I think I met him at a UFC Freedom 250 though. So nice guy, but just this guy's game is not great at all, and I've seen them fumble the bag so many times. Look, I get it. Costa couldn't just nuke Durden because Durden's chin is bad. Absolutely. I don't necessarily disagree with that. But, yeah, dude, he's not to be trusted. I'm not necessarily telling you to bet on Durden, but I'm telling you not to bet on freaking do not bet on this guy. Just Costa's not to be trusted. He's the guy that will break parlays if they happen. So, yeah. Don't do it. Ryan Gondra versus Zach Reese. I'm going Zach Reese. Gondra is terrible. He's terrible. Would I be surprised if Gondra just memes him? Look, I know Gondra gets clowned on for his tape before the UFC. And like in this fight against Trent Miller, oh my God, it was bad. He looked better against Jose Medina. I'm not going to take that away from him. But like, I'm not that confident in him being that much better than freaking Zach Reese. I'm not even that high on myself. I don't think he's very good. I picked Michel Pereira to beat this guy, and it's like Michel looked terrible there. I think Zach Reese can catch him. I think he might be like the more clean guy. It's hard to say. It's weird to say that because it's like, not like Zach Reese is the most clean guy either, but like Gondra is kind of just like this freaking Godzilla kind of guy. But Zach Reese outsizes him in terms of both height and reach. And I think those straight punches are going to land on Ryan Gondra. And I think that can sleep Ryan Gondra. I am curious what like unders are going to be in that fight. I am so curious what they'll be. Because I can see like an under 0.5 or like baby beat of some value if it's like a big number, or even like under 1 round. Like the fight ends in round 1. I don't necessarily mind those, to be honest with you, as like potential ways to play it, or maybe Zach Reese round 1 or Ryan Gondra round 1, stuff of that sort. Obviously, I'm doing this pretty early, so I don't have odds on those stuff, but just spitballing. Yeah, I think Zach Reese wins, and I trust his cardio more than I do Ryan Gondra's, which is crazy to say because Zach Reese's cardio is just like not good. But I mean, I've seen this Ryan Gondra guy go long, and it's not go good at all. So yeah, I'm going to go with Zach Reese. I think he's more reliable in this fight. But don't put too much on this. Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida. Pinas is going to put this guy's lights out. I think Cesar Almeida is going to be a lot of dudes' favorite dog of the week. This dude Cesar is not it, man. He is such a fraud. I truly believe that. This Ihor Potieria fight is the most rigged fight I have maybe ever seen in the UFC. The most BS, multiple fouls, no points taken. Ihor putting this dude on the cage and then seconds later getting separated. Ridiculous. It was ridiculous. That's the most rigged fight ever. I've not been impressed by any of these. Dylan Budka is awful, like truly awful. I have money on Budka there. Kopylov drops this guy on the feet and wrestles this guy. Kopylov wrestles this guy. I know you can say like, oh, he made him wrestle him. Freaking Kopylov felt like he could wrestle him. Yeah, Ihor fight was ridiculously stupid, and honestly, Ihor should have won just from or it should have gotten at least a draw from what was it? The nut shots and like eye pokes and stuff like that. Like that should have been a point or something at that point, as well as if he was allowed to hold him against the cage, he probably wins that, you know. Abdul Razak Al Hassan had this dude on death's door and then gives up on defense and gets nuked himself. And then Cesare Oleksiejczuk, we were there. Cesare absolutely ragdolls this guy while fighting completely injured with basically one leg. To be fair, Caesar was like injured too, but I mean, having that injury at his age, 38 years of age, I mean, that's not good. I think Pinas is gonna KO this guy. I know Caesar's never been KO'd or whatever. I don't care. He's shown durability concerns, and he's passed few. I will say I am worried about the leg kicks because I've never really seen Pinas like check a leg kick. I am very worried about that, which is why he's like -205 is a little steep. It's a little steep for me, but like the KO, I'm gonna be there, man. I think he knocks this dude's lights out. Maybe fight ends by KO, but that's gonna be a disgusting number, I bet you. So forget about that. Pinas hits different, man. This dude hits different. He's fought like not really anybody, but you can just tell from the power he has is like, it's kind of devastating. Super young, so still making improvements. He's a blue belt, which I don't even know if Caesar really practices much jiu-jitsu at this point of his career. Sizes up well. He's got a freaking long reach as well. I get why people are going to be wanting to play Caesar, but I just like, no, this dude's just going to sleep him. There's no logic behind it necessarily. It's just this dude. I mean, that's not true. You know what I mean? Like the logic in your mind is telling you, well, the better kickboxer is going to beat the guy with way less kickboxing experience on the feet, and like in the primary fight on the feet. And it's like, I just think the power is just going to come through, and just it doesn't really matter. Caesar is hittable. It's not like he isn't. I think Pinas lands, this guy's going to sleep. So, yeah. The leg kicks worry me. I can't play this guy straight because of the leg kicks. If I do, I'm going to parlay him or something like that. But I like Pinas a good amount on this card. So, yeah, give me Damien Pinas to win. Tracy Cortez versus Kong Wang, or Wang Tong, as they call her. I'm going Wang Tong. I just don't take Tracy seriously at all. I understand. I don't like these odds, to be honest. I want to bet. Oh, actually, it came in. Okay. We might be talking soon. But I would love dog odds on Kong Wang, and I think we could get them live pretty quickly. Because I wouldn't be shocked if Tracy gets a takedown or something like that, and the odds just flip immediately. Otherwise, on the feet, Wang Tong is going to be landing all she wants on Tracy. Tracy's there to be hit. I know she outboxed Jasmine Justavicius, and Jasmine had one eye or whatever, like midway through that fight. It don't matter. Wang Tong is just a completely different level on the feet. I am worried about her looks on the ground. Like that's why it's a little like scary to back her at these odds, but I favor her outright. The Mora fight was like, but I would say Mora is probably more scary on top than Tracy Cortez in terms of like jiu-jitsu grappling and stuff like that. So I'm not really worried about a Tracy Cortez sub. I'm telling you that right now. I actually am curious what like the over in that fight. This fight over would be disgusting. But I mean, I just think the more damage is coming from Wang Tong. So I got to go with the damage in this fight. And I think she's going to be there in rounds. Like the later the fight goes, I've seen Tracy kind of slow down. To be fair, I think that's partly because Erin Blanchfield really pushed a big pace on her. Wang Tong's probably not going to be doing that, but she's probably going to be doing more damage on the feet as opposed to Erin, who just pace monster. Yeah, I think where even is Tracy Cortez training anymore? Because I don't even know if like Fight Ready is not really like, it's like dissolved as a gym, right? Without Santino. So I'm just kind of curious. Let me just look this up. Like I don't know where she's been training at all. Like Mexican PI maybe. I'm just looking this up right now because I've not looked it up. Yeah, she's in the Performance Institute in Mexico, and I don't necessarily know who she's training with. It's just that's her trainer. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, Santino's there. That's hilarious. Okay, I guess Santino's there. That's a good sign for Tracy. I'll tell you what. That's funny. I'm going Wang Tong, but I had no idea she brought in Santino for this fight. That's kind of huge for Tracy. But again, I don't think she takes her career that seriously. So yeah, I've covered this fight enough. I kind of rambled as I've gone through. I think on the feet it's kind of one way traffic from Wong Tong, and I think she's good enough to keep this fight on the feet for the majority of this fight, even if she gets taken down. And I think if she does get taken down, it's a good live bet spot. So that's what I'm ultimately going with. Kai Kamaka versus Luke Riley. I'm going Luke Riley. I think he's going to get a KO here. I want to see the odds on Luke Riley by KO because, dude, Luke Riley's odds right now at this money line is ridiculous. There's no way you could be betting this. But I think it goes back to his KO ways. I think Kai Kamaka is absolutely able to get like KO'd still. Like I've seen him get KO'd a few times. So I know he's Hawaiian. Hawaiians are typically pretty durable, but been KO'd a few times. So it's not like you can't be there. And this dude, Luke Riley, does hit different. I don't think Luke Riley's necessarily the best. Maybe Kai Kamaka can have some grappling success here. I can absolutely see that. But otherwise, I think Luke Riley, he's going to be able to land. And if he lands, he hits different. He does hit different, to be fair. That's you can absolutely say that about Luke Riley. And I think if he lands a Kai Kamaka, he's going to be going down. Kai Kamaka, is he the better minute winner? I'm like, it's like so with me. Because he is a pretty all right minute winner overall, right? I mean, I've seen him hurt in fights like a bunch of times, even though he like goes to decision. But I think like the reach, or not that he reached like a height with the reach is gonna help Luke Riley. Yeah, I gotta go Luke Riley because I think he's gonna be landing his punches, and his punches mean a lot more than anything Kai Kamaka is gonna be doing with like his kicks or his punches itself. So yeah, give me Luke Riley to get the job done. Love me some Kai Kamaka though. Adrian Yanez versus Cody Garbrandt. Give me Yanez. Cody's so done. That Long Zhao fight is BS. He did not win that fight. I don't think he really won even a second of that fight. I want to go round one or round two. I'll go round two. Yanez, I think he's made a turnaround from these fights, like the Daniel Marcos fight. He looked really good against Ricky Simon. I thought like it was like way better compared to like his performances in some of these ones where it's like, man, Yanez, he looks so bad. He looks a lot better. And like to fight this version of Cody Garbrandt, who's just kind of scared to get hit, just running around and stuff like that, Yanez is going to get to this guy. I trust his footwork enough. I don't think Cody Garbrandt's going to be attacking his legs enough to really get Yanez to worry. Maybe Garbrandt can get some wrestling going, but I think Yanez should be able to get the fight back up to the feet, and I think he's going to unload on Cody and get him out of there. So I like Yanez, and I think he finishes. I was thinking like maybe a -3.5 Yanez, but I don't know. I was thinking like low-key, like maybe Garbrandt could like wrestle him, like get some round from wrestling. But I'm ultimately, I do think a KO happens. So I guess the -3.5 would hit. But yeah. Next fight, Gable Stevenson versus Elisha Ellison. What is there to say? Who are these 4% of people? Ellison is awful. Gable is just going to come in there and do what he wants, probably wrestle and probably ground and pound him out, if I had to guess. So, yeah, give me Stevenson by whatever he wants. You could probably parlay him and not be worried, even though you get nothing from these odds. He's pretty green. I'll say that. I know a lot of people like to point out like him getting like wheel kicked or whatever. He eats it just fine. And honestly, that more likely, if he's taking stuff seriously, he's going to be like not even in that situation. He'd probably be on top of that guy, ground and pounding. I think he just wanted more time in the octagon, if you really ask me. Because I watched that fight live, and it's like, he's standing up with this guy. But yeah, Gable Stevenson via whatever he wants, really. Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov. Good fight. I don't know what Whittaker's doing at 205. I'll tell you what, though. I do know this because I watched UFC 325, UFC 325. Robert Whittaker's on the desk in Las Vegas, and he talked about his move to 205. And he talked about, I'm reinventing my style. Something, I don't know. I'm not going to do an Aussie accent. I can't do that. He's talking about reinventing his style. I was like, what? You're reinventing your style? Well, that tells me if you're doing that light heavyweight, you're going to be a full-time wrestler. I'm pretty confident Robert Whittaker is going to come in here and wrestle for 15 minutes, try and get on top, stay on top, and win. I think that's how he's going to do it, especially in the weight class where dudes can't wrestle and grapple too often. I understand it. Nikita Krylov can grapple. I'll tell you what, he can grapple. Here's my thought process on this fight. I think it's dog or pass because, like, I don't know how the hell you can trust Robert Whittaker at 205. I don't know what the hell this move is doing. I saw him training. There's a picture of him training with Chidi and Joe Kiwani, and like Chidi just completely towers him. And like Chidi's a big guy. I'm not trying to take away from Chidi and Joe Kiwani. But like, let me look this up. Robert Whittaker. Do we have it? Should be here in this. Yeah, it's right here. Let's do this. I don't know why my notifications went off like that. Let me just bring up this right here. Look at this, man. Look how much bigger Chidi is in comparison to Robert Whittaker. And like, let's do some just quick research, quick topology research to like get a grasp of like what we're looking at, right? Let's go back to topology. Now I'll save this right now. So Robert Whittaker, bear with me to understand like just how big of a size difference like 205 is compared to like these other weight classes. By the way, Robert Whittaker older than Nikita Krylov by 1 year. It's worth mentioning. Robert Whittaker is 6 foot, 73.5. Chidi and Joe Kiwani. Chidi Bang Bang, I love that guy. In comparison, 6'3", 80-inch reach. Huge difference. Now, Nikita Krylov, 6'3", 77.5. So a very similar look as to what Robert Whittaker. So that's why he brought in Chidi and Joe Kiwani, obviously. That's why he brought him in. But like Nikita is just, he's huge. And I like, we're talking about a Chidi and Joe Kiwani who fights smaller dudes for more often. Nikita Krylov is used to fighting these big dudes. These big, the Dominic Reyeses of the world, Ankalaevs of the world. Like, I mean, just look at this record. Look at these big dudes he's freaking fighting. That freaking knockout power. I mean, he got knocked out bad in both of these. So, getting back to this one. He's used to fighting the big dudes. Now he's going to have, like, a massive size advantage. Like, they're, like, something he's not really used to in his, like, his fights, really. So, I think that helps Nikita. It helps Nikita. And the reason why I'm going with submissions, because I do think Robert Whittaker is going to be trying to wrestle. But Nikita Krylov has legit grappling. This dude actually can grapple. And he's got some really sick subs. And I think the subs have an absolute chance of being there. So I'm going to back that. I think the sub, I'm taking the sub. I'm taking a shot on the dog. Look, would I be shocked if Robert Whittaker wins like 30-27? Not at all. Not at all. And I'll explain why I think that might be a good bet. Robert Whittaker -3.5 because... or maybe a decision bet. Because I think if Robert Whittaker is winning this fight, it's going to be pretty dominantly. Like, he's not going to be dropped or anything like that. I doubt it. Because if he gets dropped, he's getting finished, in my opinion. Nikita's a dummy, to be fair. But I think more often than not, that's not happening. But I think if this fight does go to a decision, it's more often than not likely going to be Robert. Because I think he's going to be the guy on top. He's going to be the one just kind of staying on top and not getting subbed if that's the case, right? That's kind of what I'm leaning on. Is there? No. So, yeah, I mean, but I do think the key is super dangerous. He is super dangerous. This guy can KO people on the feet, too. Don't forget, Robert Whittaker's chin has been so questionable. I don't know what to think of this move for his career. I don't think much of it. I don't think this is a good matchup for him at 205. I think there's like a bunch of dudes he could have fought at 205 that would have been a better fit for him, like as a easier entrance in the weight class. I think this is a tough one. Also, the very top of the weight class would absolutely kill Robert Whittaker, as sad as it makes me, because I love Krylov too, to be honest. I love both these guys. I want to see this matchup because I like both these guys. I don't want to see anyone lose. But like a year Prohaska versus Robert Whittaker, God, please no. That would go so bad for Rob. Magomed Ankalaev, that would be so bad for Robert Whittaker. I don't know if you're talking to me about Rodolfo Bellato, Whittaker will beat that guy. but Nikita Krylov, I think it's trouble. It's trouble because Nikita is one of the biggest light heavyweights there is, right? So it's a real test for Robert Whittaker, I think. And I don't think it's going to be doing his thing like on the feet. And not like Robert Whittaker has that much pop to begin with. If he's like lying about is changing his style, he's going to be how he is. It's not like he has the biggest pop on his feet. Krylov could just get one moment and put him out. So yeah, I think more than ever, Robert Whittaker needs to be like 100% like, I can't get hit. I can't get hit. I got to fight a perfect fight. If I fight a perfect fight, I win. So I think like something like the -3.5 Robert Whittaker, I think it's an all right look. I think finish only Nikita Krylov's a good look because I know a lot of people are saying his chin is dust or whatever. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think he just fought two insane punchers at this weight class. And Robert Whittaker doesn't hit like those guys. And also to go with that finish only, which I think is how I'm probably going to end up betting this fight. To go along with that, I think if what I'm thinking is true, where Robert Whittaker is going to be a full-time wrestler, I don't think he finishes this fight. I think he's staying on top, just random punch, maybe a little bit of elbow. Krylov will be just fine on his back playing jiu-jitsu, and then you'll get your money back if it goes to decision. Because Krylov is besides those two fights against Reyes and what's his name? Reyes and oh my god, Guskov. He's been an extremely durable guy. Even in fights he got dropped or whatever, like he's known for like staying in fights and stuff like that. So I like that as a look as well. I think that's probably going to be how I bet this fight. So yeah, and if I can bet the two and I get profit either way, that might be how I bet it too. So we'll see how those odds drop. So yep. King Green versus Terrence McKinney. I don't even know what to do with this fight. King Green getting custom shorts. Maybe it's a mythical fighter kind of thing. I don't know. I'll go with McKinney because I think he can get his like wrestling going maybe. Although that's not easy on King Green because King Green can wrestle. I want nothing to do with this fight, if you ask me. King Green doesn't necessarily like usually KO dudes pretty early. I know he just got a round one finish against Jeremy Stevens. That was a nasty choke, by the way. I know he got that KO against Grant Dawson. Zell Huber too. I don't think that's really who he is typically. I think probably he wants to extend this fight, or if McKinney just runs into something, which honestly he very well might do. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. I think it's got a chance of happening. It's like I can't back McKinney, but I think McKinney's the faster dude, and I think because of him being faster is gonna give problems to King Green, and King Green falls down because I really do worry about his chin at this point still. I just can't back him at this point. So, want nothing to do with this fight. It probably ends early, but I think King Green might want to extend this fight. So, to your peril, I guess. But Terrence McKinney is just so volatile. You never know with this guy. Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanagh. This is another one. I'm gonna go against the grain, but I actually am curious if they have odds on this. Well, one specific prop because. Ooh. Oh, we are there. Okay, we will talk about this. Give me Brandon Royval to win a decision. Also, I also need to see another one. -280 for submission only. Okay. They know. Yeah, I think Royval has a good chance to win this fight. I think he's very live against Loner Kavanagh. 3 rounds. I wish it was 5. But it's okay. I think there's a lot being made of Royval getting KO'd by Manel Cap and getting dropped by Joshua Van and like whole concussion thing. I think it's like a little just over exaggerated, to be honest with you. Look, I get it. Loner Kavanagh's an insane striker. He's nasty. Could he KO Royval? Sure. But I think Royval's a pretty durable guy in general, and I trust him to be durable still. And I trust him to put up volume as he always does. He's the volume king, baby. I love me some volume guys. I love volume guys. I love minute winners. Brandon Royval's that. And I think he might have a grappling edge here. There's a chance of that because, I mean, who is Loner really grappled with? Felipe Dos Santos. It was legit on the ground. Moreno a little bit, but Moreno's kind of pushing him, and Kavanaugh's keeping on the feet. I think it's a legit question. I don't really know. I think Royval possibly has a chance to grapple here. I think he's got more avenues to victory, if you ask me. I think he can meme like an elbow, meme a knee. Those are memes, though. I think some grappling maneuvers has a chance of finishing this fight, and I think decision's very live, too. Kavanaugh, KO, definitely live because he hits different. This fight going to decision, he can win off damage, like maybe drops Royval and Royval's still in it. But at plus 175 for decision only, if this fight goes the distance, with how good of a volume guy Brandon Royval is, ridiculous if you ask me. So I have to take a shot on that. I have to. There's no way I'm not. Yeah, and I think that's probably his main win condition. It could be by sub. Don't get me wrong. I think a sub's absolutely live for Brandon Royval because he's disgusting when he gets his sub attempts. So yeah, I like Royval as an underdog in this fight. I think he can get the job done and give a little stop to Loner Kavanaugh's run, who I still am very high on. I think Loner's really good. But I also kind of think Brandon Moreno's kind of washed. I'm not going to lie. I think he's washed. He's not the same guy he used to be. And him losing that fight the way he did is just, oh, that was so bad. I think it is credit to Kavanaugh. It is credit to Kavanaugh, too. So I'm not going to take that away from Loner. He looked amazing. He looked like a legit top 10 guy, top 5 guy. But like at this point, I don't know what to make of Moreno. And I think Royval's still a top 5 guy himself. So, yeah, I think Royval is able to get the job done. So I'll be looking at that decision only as well as that submission only bet. I mean, decision only plus 175 compared to plus 180 money line is crazy. That's crazy because you're taking away the chance of him getting KO'd from Loner, which I think is Loner's probably biggest win condition. Crazy to me. So that's a must for me. Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista 2, the rematch. I'm taking Bautista. I think Bautista's very live to win this fight. I think if you look at their metrics, they have like the exact same stats, which is pretty crazy. Pretty freaking crazy. And actually, I want to see what are the odds on something like this too. So I think this fight should be pick'em, if you ask me. What is finish only? Okay. KO only. Okay, we could be cooking. That's interesting. I might be playing Mario in some ways. But yeah, if you look at how they're portrayed and stuff like that and stats and stuff like that, they're like the exact same thing. Sure, Corey's probably fought the better competition. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that. But, I mean, if you look at their records, let's look at their records, actually. And, like, how they're performing against people. You might hear some takes that most people don't agree with. Merab got destroyed. He got hurt by Merab, by the way, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, if you ask me. Davidson Figueiredo, who is completely done. I don't rate that win at all. Umar Nurmagomedov got like 49-46 in that fight. Mario did better. And if Mario had a 5-round fight against Umar Nurmagomedov, I guarantee you he wins at least one more round, if not wins the fight. At least wins one more round than Corey did. Even though Umar did well in both. Rob Font, short notice, got wrestled. What am I supposed to take from that? Marlon Chito Vera, what am I supposed to take to that? Probably shouldn't have been a split, but what am I supposed to take from that? Song Yadong, doctor stoppage. Watching that back, I mean, he got landed on pretty good. Round 2, he kind of got hurt. He got hurt and is like, oh, shoot, I'm hurt. Let me throw a flying knee because I'm hurt and I need to keep my balance. But he got, like, wobbled pretty good by Song Yadong, right? Like, he did all right. And I wasn't a fan of, like, the takedown attempts he did in that fight. Like, it felt like he was failing a bunch of takedown attempts. I think they looked good on the judges' scorecards. But he hasn't really done that since. So I'm not going to deserve that too much. He's a thinking man's fighter. So, yes, he does have good fight IQ. There's no denying that. Piotr Yan got worked by Piotr Yan. I mean, it is what it is. TJ Dillashaw, I thought TJ won that fight. I know a lot of people had Corey win that fight. But that was a close fight against old TJ, who I think was pretty freaking good. Frankie Edgar, I'm not going this much back. Now, of course, he did beat Mario Bautista back then on short notice, by the way. So, worth noting. Let's look at Mario's record. Vinicius Oliveira, What am I supposed to? I don't think much of Oliveira, and Oliveira was apparently injured. Umar, same sort of thing. Patchy Mix is terrible. I mean, what's there to say? What's there to say about that? I'm disparaging both these guys' records. Jose Aldo, I think that's a good win. Holding him up against the fence or whatever. Fight IQ. Both these guys have fight IQ. I think that's worth mentioning. Ricky Simone, I think, was a pretty good win at the time. Like, he completely negated Simone from doing what he wanted to do. Blackshear is a good win, but low-key people saying people don't think he won. But I think that was pretty debatable in a close fight. And these fights are just what's there to take from. Except for, I mean, Kelleher is pretty good, to be fair. You can't take away Kelleher, but I mean, yeesh for the rest. But look, Corey's fought the better guys, but he's losing the guys who are better than him. He's losing to, like, pretty clearly. And these guys are just, not to be mean to Song, but I've not been super impressed from his, like, the progress he's made since that fight with Corey Sandhagen, to be honest with you. Right? I think Mario Batista is absolutely live to win this fight. I think that on the feet, Corey's pretty hittable himself. Mario was too, but they're both pretty hittable. I think grappling leans towards Mario. And not that Corey's like a bad grappler necessarily, but I like Mario's scrambles more as like just in general. I trust his volume more too. Like I think you can trust his volume because that first fight was short notice for Mario. Not much prep for that camp. I know with MMA Lab they're gonna prep well for Corey Sandhagen. And the fact of the matter is, that fight ago, Corey Sandhagen was Corey Sandhagen. He still was. Obviously, he got a little better, but he was closer to what he is now. I was then. Mario Batista's gotten so much better from that point. I think that's absolutely worth mentioning. That goes into Mario's favor. And I gotta say, man, Corey's been getting hurt in fights. Like I said, Petr Yan dropped him. Song Yadong hurt him in round 2. He 100% hurt him in round 2. Merab hurt him. I think I wouldn't be shocked if Mario is able to maybe find a finish. I'm not gonna predict it. Like I'm not going that crazy, but something like a KO only or a finish only. I think we might be talking. Because I think that line's totally baked into the fact that Corey Sandhagen is pretty damn durable. But I think he's kind of, it's very live to happen like any time now for him to get finished in a fight. Even like maybe it's not Mario, but it can be coming, man. So yeah, I think I've always thought Corey Sandhagen is pretty overrated, to be honest with you. And like the wins he has is like, yeah, good wins, but like he like performs all right in these losses, but it's nothing really concrete to make me feel like, yeah, this guy definitely should be a favorite in this fight. Not at all. This is at least bare minimum pick 'em. So give me Mario Batista. I think gets the job done. I think he's very live for a finish, and I'll be betting on those finish only props, like KO only, finish only. Those I will be definitely having my money on. But also I'll probably add something on Mario Batista money line. I like him a lot in this card. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. I want zero to do with this fight. I'm going Benoit Saint-Denis. I want to go by decision. I think both these guys are pretty tough. And I'm curious what the odds on something like that are. I'm so curious. Let me take a look. What is this fight like over 2.5 plus 120? Yeah, that might be interesting. That could be interesting. Honestly, if you're asking me why I'm going Benoit Saint-Denis, because he has the best coach in MMA. That's Nicholas Ott. That's the best coach in mixed martial arts, and Benoit Saint-Denis has him in his corner. And that's kind of why I'm going to go with Benoit Saint-Denis. Oh, but man, Benoit is like, it's hard to trust. And like his last fight wasn't a good look. Like how slow he looked against Dan Hooker. Oh my goodness. It was such a bad look. Patty did all right against Gaethje. I can't take that away from him. Not like he did great. I didn't like the wrestling and stuff like that. And another reason why I lean Benoit Saint-Denis is because I trust that if we have grappling exchanges, he's going to be the one on top. More often than not, he's going to be one on top. Or at least if we get the fight to the ground, he's going to be one on top. Patty could get a sweep or something like that. I think that's absolutely possible. But I think BSD is like good enough on top to stay on top and win like that. But yeah, but how slow he is scares me. I can see him like just shoot a super slow takedown, gets a knee, takes a knee or something like that, and like bleeding all over the place. I can see him get head kicked or something like that from Patty, because Patty does have good kicks. Patty's hands are atrocious. They're so bad. His hands are so bad. The defense, oh my god, is terrible. But his kicks are actually like pretty damn good. Patty is legit grappling if it gets there. So I don't feel great going against that. I don't like the line on Benoit. I mean, I guess it's coming in, so maybe he's an underdog or something. But even then, I just kind of want nothing to do with this fight. Yeah, I trust the best coach in MMA to make a good game plan for Benoit Saint Denis and to come in, get on top of Patty, and do some work. I think the fight probably goes. If I had to take an angle on this fight, it'd probably be like a sweaty over, because maybe like these guys are like both these guys are known for being extremely durable, right? For the most part. So I can see maybe someone getting hurt and still just being in the fight. So I think that's very possible. Give me Benoit Saint Denis, but I want nothing to do with this fight. And then the main event, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway 2, the rematch from 145, however long ago. Like, I don't even remember. I wasn't watching back then for sure. Let me look this up. I have a lot to say about this one. Let's see. How long ago was this? 2013. It's been like 12 or 13 years, something like that. Yeah, 2026. Ridiculous. Yeah, you're gonna see who I got in this fight, and I don't think I'm gonna shock anyone with who I got. Did not pick Patty, or not Patty, Benoit. Why is it still processing? No. Okay, well, while that's loading, and I'm just gonna keep clicking on it. I like Max Holloway a lot here, and I think this line is getting insanely like minus 215. What is happening? Who are these people betting on Conor McGregor at this point? When I saw the odds come out, I was like, yeah, that's fair. And let me check where they opened, because it was like very wide towards Max. I was like, oh, that's fair. That's about how I would put it. Let's see here. Like minus 415. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right to me. And so much money is coming on Conor. I don't know if I need to take this bet now or later. Like, I don't know. I'm shocked by it, right? Okay, while this is loading, I'm just gonna have that fight on my screen. Oops, I'm at this one. So I'm like, man, what is this? I don't understand this odds movement at all, and I still don't. Okay, I do it in one sense. Okay, I think it's fixed now because I see Saint Denis there. Okay, Max Holloway, I'm gonna go KO. It's a 2-3. I'll go 3 because Max likes to play with his food a little bit. There's one red flag for Max Holloway, and that's the fact that this fight's on 170. I don't like that at all. I hate this fight at 170 for Max Holloway. I don't know what the hell is he doing at 170 other than just money fight. I get it. I don't like it. I don't think he sizes up necessarily well at 170. Let me check his Instagram. I know he's training with Jack Della Maddalena, which I think is a good guy to train with. I wish I had a shirtless pic. That does sound weird. It looks fine, I guess. It's merch. Nothing much to take from it. But yeah, 170. It's nasty. It favors Conor McGregor a lot. That's one red flag. Let's talk about the red flags on Conor McGregor. He has not fought in quite literally half a decade. That's huge. Except for one thing. And let me actually bring this up, because I love bringing this up because I've talked about it so many times to like other people. I think it's hilarious. He actually has fought sometime this year, and we can view it right now. I will actually show you Conor McGregor fighting this year. Hold on, I don't want to dox myself. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll pause. Okay, sorry about that. I did some maneuvering around. I'll show you right now this video of Conor McGregor fighting. It's like it's an exhibition boxing match. Here it is. I'll show you the 2 minutes. This one is Conor, obviously. You can tell. The bigger guy. You can see. Yeah, let me do this so you can see more. So obviously it's like not sparring. It's like an exhibition fight. So he's slow, man. What I'm trying to get at is like this guy's slow. This guy's not gonna have the same speed as he did a while ago. The years off, I think, is such a big point, and like you just can't get away from that. You can't get away from that, man. I'm sorry. Just that fact is just it's hard to take away. And like Max is so much faster than this guy. Not like I mean both guys really, as you can see in the clip. And Max is gonna throw so much volume. This fight is 5 rounds. It's confirmed 5 rounds. I think that absolutely matters big time for Max Holloway. And it also matters to Conor because I don't know how the hell Conor's going to approach fighting freaking 5 rounds. Is he going to try and go for the kill early? If he does, then, I mean, that's probably his best chance of winning. If he, like, tries to conserve himself, I don't know what the hell he's going to look like as the fight proceeds. And he's a gas bag. He always has been in his prime. How am I supposed to believe that he's going to have better cardio than he did years ago when he was dedicated to fighting fully, right? I'm not convinced of that. So, man, I just don't think it's gonna be too big of a thing, right? So, yeah, I like Max Holloway a lot here. What else? All like scandals and stuff like that. I mean, Conor's always had scandals, I guess. So, I think those are worth mentioning. What else? I don't think he necessarily should be at 170. The 5 rounds, I think, is a huge thing. I think the layoff is another huge thing. I would have picked Michael Chandler still to beat this guy, even with this layoff, which kind of says a lot. Because Chandler is so done. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think this version of Conor McGregor is the same as the old. And I've seen so many people. This is almost over, by the way. I mean, of course, like there's some good boxing combos here. I'm not going to take away from that. It's first time after a while, right? So I just wanted to show that because I always find it funny. He's like, oh, Conor McGregor's actually fought this year. But man, Max is a whole nother level. He's one of the top people in the sport. He should be fighting Chandler because that's a fight you can absolutely win. Max, I know people bring up the chin concerns like, oh, he got dropped by Gaethje. He got dropped by Ilya. He got dropped by Dustin. He got wobbled by Charles. I don't think that freaking matters as much here. Conor probably still hits hard, but I don't think he has the same ability to throw shots like he did to generate that power. So I think that absolutely matters. I think Max could grapple him. I think that's also a potential thing because I don't believe in Conor McGregor's grappling ability. What else? Max is way younger. There's something else to mention. Conor's freaking 37, almost 38. He's pretty much done, man. This guy is done. And these odds being like this is ridiculous. I wasn't even planning on having like a bet really on Max when I saw this fight come out. And then I see this like, dude, I'm going to have a huge bet on Max Holloway because this is ridiculous. I cannot believe this. And I see a lot of people saying, well, Sean Strickland did it. He beat Hamza Chimaev as a big underdog. Justin Gaethje did it. He won as a big underdog against Ilya Topuria. These are the best fighters in the sport. Why can't Conor do it? Why can't 3 underdogs win in a row? Let me make a distinction. Because it's not going to be 3 underdogs winning in a row. It's going to be 3 gas bags losing in a row. Hamza Chimaev loses via cardio loss. Ilya Topuria loses via cardio loss. Conor McGregor, never known for having good cardio, loses via cardio loss. I think it's absolutely live. And I think that's, if you want to go with trends and stuff like that, I think that's a trend too. So Yeah, give me Max Holloway. I like him a lot here. I think he's going to push that pace. I think if this fight extends any sort of way and Max does push that pace, it's game over, man. I think he's going to absolutely smoke Conor McGregor, who I just think is flat out done in the sport. So, yeah, those are my picks. Let's go through each fight on the card, talking about more takedowns or 6 strikes on each fight. Durden versus Costa. Man, Costa's not known for too much volume, so I'll go Durden 6 strikes. I don't feel good about that. I'll go Durden more takedowns because I imagine he's gonna be going for some sometimes. So, yeah. Ganja Reese. I don't even know. I'll go 6 strikes Reese, but that's a crapshoot. I just kind of just a long reach. I think he can maybe throw like a bit of jabs, but I wouldn't be shocked if this ends within like 5 significant strikes from both guys. More takedowns, I guess Reese, because he's at Extreme Couture, because he's more of a wrestler now than in the past. So maybe Reese. Pinas, Almeida. I'll go. It's interesting. I can see a world where Cesar Almeida lands more 6 strikes and this gets colded. I'll go with that. Maybe like Cesar throws a little bit more, but he just gets colded. More takedowns. I don't even know. I don't even think any takedowns get shot in this fight, to be honest with you. Cortez Wang, or Wang Tong. Tracy Cortez, more takedowns. Obviously, that's free. Wang Tong, more 6 strikes. I think it's pretty simple. Luke Riley, Kai Kamaka is a weird one. More takedowns, Kai Kamaka. Luke Riley's not shooting no takedowns on no one. More 6 strikes. I'm not sure about Luke Riley's volume, so I don't know. I won't be shocked if like Kai Kamaka outlands him and just gets slept. Similar to Pinas fight. Garbrandt, Yanez more 6 strikes because Garbrandt just he doesn't throw too much no more. And then more takedowns, Garbrandt, because he does have some good wrestling in his back pocket. Gable Stevenson for both of these. Robert Whittaker, Krylov. Whittaker, more takedowns. I feel pretty good about that. 6 strikes. I don't know how to feel about it. I guess I'll go Rob because usually doesn't get hit too much. But yeah. Terrence McKinney, King Green. I guess McKinney more takedowns. He's more likely to go for takedowns here than more 6 strikes. Just pick your poison. I don't know, man. Lona Kavanaugh, Roy Val. I'm going to go Roy Val more 6 strikes because he's the 6 strike guy. And then more takedowns to go with Roy Val because I think he's going to be more willing to take this fight to the ground. Corey Sandhagen, Mario Batista. I think 6 strikes could be very, very close to one another. So I don't feel super great about that. I lean Mario. More takedowns, I lean Mario as well. I think he's more likely of the two to get wrestling. Benoit Saint Denis, Paddy Pimblett. Benoit, more takedowns. I think he's more likely the two to get wrestling going and be the one on top. More 6 strikes. I don't know, bro. I don't freaking know. Just pass. I guess BSD. I don't know. And Max Holloway, Conor McGregor. Max, more takedowns, more 6 strikes. So, yeah, those are my picks. My thoughts on the card. I'll go through them again. Some of the bets I'm looking at. Max Holloway, absolutely. Oh, and something else I wanted to mention. Actually, I wanted to take a look at this. Conor McGregor, Max Holloway. Fight lines on DraftKings. Finish only. Yeah, Max Holloway like that. Decision only, minus 320 is kind of a gift. I don't know how the hell this fight goes to a decision and Max loses. Submission only, Max Holloway minus 250, I think is a good look. Yeah, I mean, first round only could be like, yeah, that's interesting for McGregor. But I want nothing to do with that. Yeah. I like Max Holloway money line. That's probably all I'm going to do with it. Mario Batista, the finish only prop, I really like. KO only, I like. And Mario Batista money line, I like a good amount. Roy Val, decision only, as well as submission only, I think are good looks for him. Money line's all right, but if you want to get rid of that KO risk, I think it's worth it. I want nothing to do with that fight. Krylov decision, no. Krylov finish only, where he's the only guy finishing. If it goes to decision, you get your money back. I think Whittaker decision could be interesting. Or Whittaker minus 3.5 spread, or spreads of some sort like that, where it's like he's got to win all the rounds. I think those are good, and I think you could pair those together depending on odds. we'll have to see on that. Gable by whatever he wants if you want to parlay or something like that. I'm not necessarily suggesting that, but I'm just saying that. Maybe Yanez in some way. I don't know. I want to bet Luke Riley by KO if that's a good number, hopefully. I'm hoping for maybe Wang Tong to have a good number on her as the week goes on, or live. Damian Pinas, I want to bet his KO 100%, or maybe just ITD, because that my number probably wouldn't be that much different. Maybe Reese Small and maybe Durden Small, because I don't trust Alessandro Costa. So that's what I'm looking like. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out my stuff at betmma.tips champ bets. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. Have a good one. Peace. See ya.